Well, I haven't done one of these in a while, but hello everybody. Welcome to another late night rants with me, your friendly neighborhood INFP. Um so I was thinking about something which is the purpose of this video, and I was thinking about time. Now, normally we are not very good like INFPs are not very good conservators of time, and people are able to utilize time well and all of that, and that's not what I want to talk about. What I'm trying to talk about is like, what if you knew you had a limited amount of time? Like, what if, hypothetically speaking, let's say the world was going to end in like 2 or 5 years? Would it then even matter what you did? Would all your plans and aspirations and all the things you wanted to accomplish, would that even matter? And I know that, like, it kind of borders into like the idea of nihilism in some way or shape or form, but that's not what I want to talk about either. It's like, what do you do with that limited time? What do you do with the time you've been given? Do you continue going towards your dreams and goals despite them being broken or not coming towards fruition, or something happens? And in a weird sense, you could theoretically say that we all have a limited sense of time or a limited time frame, which is true. At the end of the day, everybody is going to die at some point, time, whatever. But, like, if you condense that, and it's been the subject of many philosophies, it's been the subject of a lot of songs, it's been the subject of, like, a lot of stuff. And I don't know why I started thinking about it, but I was like, okay, let's say after a certain period of time, we will no longer have what we currently have, and things are going to change for the worse, or something apocalyptic is going to happen, or, you come out with a terminal disease, which I haven't, by the way, in case you're worried. Um, but it's just like that. There's something I'm trying to grasp here, and it's like that struggle of, do I continue doing what I've been doing? Is it on is my oneness on somebody else, or is it on me? Or where would I go in that kind of situation? What would I do in that kind of situation? It's not a thought that like a lot of people have or consider, but like, I feel like there's an essence that I'm missing here. Like, is it worthwhile, I suppose, if you have a limited set of time, is it worthwhile to do the thing if everything's going to end afterwards? Now, some might say yes, and some might say focus on the small things of life. And if you're like on the more biblical side of things, it's more like an ecclesiastical approach that everything is vanity, or everything is like smoke or vapor. It's not solid, it's there, but it easily goes away, and or can go away if you try and grasp it. And that whole, what do you do? Do you just live a meaningless life, or do you go and help as many people as you can, or do you stop focusing on yourself and like do other stuff? Do you stop focusing on your own dreams, like get rid of them entirely and then just focus on helping other people? It is a very complicated question and a very complicated subject, and It's like, okay, I know what I would like to achieve, but the things that I would like to achieve, do they hold any point to them if, let's say, the coronavirus does get worse? Let's say it becomes like plaguing and wipes off half of the world or more. I'm not saying it's gonna, but like hypothetically speaking here, like let's say COVID mutates so badly that it takes so many more lives, and let's say like a 90% of the world's population has been wiped out. Is what you're doing still worth it? And then brings the question of like, okay, if what you're currently doing isn't worth it, then what should you be doing that would be worth it? And like, I know that we're in that kind of in a better state currently. We've got all the luxuries being in a first world nation has to give us, and we've got a ease of life, so to speak, and at least compared to other countries. And what if that changes? What do you do? Where do you go? What do you like? Where is your place? If you had that limited amount of time where something so catastrophic, and I know this is like a bit of a somber subject, but like I think it's good to look at because it's supposed to show you where like your true values lie in some sense, the true drive that you should have, the true thing that you would go towards, like. And sometimes you don't have an answer. Like I don't have an answer to this. Like I I honestly don't know what I would do. But I'd have a lot of regrets. A lot of people would have a lot of regrets. Well, mostly because a lot of people wouldn't have expected such a situation to come across. But, like, what do you do? And I know this is, like, not exactly a lighthearted subject, and it's, like, more philosophical in nature, and I'm talking about this at, like, 1 a.m. in the freaking morning. But it's like, just do you continue to do the things you enjoy until that moment happens, or do you continue to do the things that you enjoy even while that thing is happening? Um, like where do you put yourself? And even if it's not going to happen, like to see yourself in that scenario and to see what you would be doing. Like maybe I would be a cook. Maybe I would be helping a bunch of youth in like a shelter or whatever. I don't know where I'd be. I don't know what I'd be doing. I don't know what would matter. I don't know. Like, money isn't all there is in the world, which is apparent to some people and not apparent to others. Money isn't the be all end all of life. Even though it certainly helps some get through life a little easier than others, but like if that was if that was taken away from everybody due to some catastrophic event where money no longer mattered due to said catastrophic event because there was no sustainable economy to hold that, what do you do then? Like, I'm trying to, I guess, figure out my place in such a scenario. Like, okay, if this is going to happen, what should I be then doing now, even if it's not going to happen? It's not like a whole, oh, worry, this thing is going, everything's going to crash down on us, but it's like a kind of mindset of, okay, let's pretend that this does happen, but it's not going to happen, but let's say it does. What could I be doing now to help when that does potentially happen. And is it on me? Or because I mean, yeah, sure, I could cook. I know how to cook. And I guess if I was still around and people needed cooks, I'd probably be one of those people helping out how to cook and all of that. Um, but like that aside, when it comes to your passions, the things that you like love to do, could you still do them? And what if those passions were taken away from you? What kind of person would you become? And like, time is a friend to no one. And like, we all have to decide what to do with the time we are given, obviously. And like, some people are like to make the world a better place than when we found it. And that's a commendable goal. Um, but then who dictates how the world is a better place? A better place for who? Those around you? Well, okay, great. But like, in some weird ways, in that case, it would always be like, what's good for one isn't good for another. What's bad for one isn't bad for another. So, how do you know what you're doing is helping those people? And it's just like, where do you go? Where do I go? What do I do? What do I like? It's a difficult subject. It is a very philosophical subject. People have been talking about this for like eons, and like some people have gone over to nihilism, and some people have gone over to other things, and um, I'm just here trying to make sense of it all. I'm trying to make sense of this concept of time and having limited time, and then what to do with that limited time, especially if that limited time is suddenly condensed on you, and then you're going, well, now what? So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I of course don't have any concrete ideas as to what I would be doing aside from cooking, and I guess maybe helping out some people, which is what like I guess most people would be doing. But like even that, then what would that look like? And like with writing, like it's just like, yeah, it's a difficult concept, and I don't know how to quite word it, but it's something I've been mulling over, and I just wanted to bring it to you guys and see what you guys think, because yikes, it's I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Anyways, that has been it for today's late night rants, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.